It's not every day that someone takes on a challenge for an important cause, but when they do, the world becomes inspired and is happy that it followed that person's journey. After years in and out of prison and addiction, Kyndal Ray Edwards, aka A Walking Testimony, was moved to change his lifestyle and go on a journey, walking across America for mental health awareness and recovery. On January 1st, 2022, Kendall set off from his home state of Florida to walk from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. After completing that goal in April of 2023, he is now determined to reach all four corners of the country. And recently, Kendall made his way down from Washington to Oregon to here in Crescent City, California. This is Redwood Voice's Monique Camarena here. While he was passing through, I got to ask him about his experiences so far, and from those experiences, what youth specifically could do to recover from addiction and help their mental health.
Hi, my name is Coach Kyndal Ray Edwards, aka A Walking Testimony. I'm walking America for mental health awareness and recovery, here to let you know that you matter, we do recover. Walking America all started before the causes. It started as a dream. 2013, I was doing a year in the county jail when I came across a newspaper article titled America on Foot about a guy who had walked across America from Florida to California, and I fell in love with the story. I wanted to do it. It took me years before I actually got my life in a position to do it. I walk for mental health awareness and recovery for a reason, of course, but yeah, so now we're out here on the grind.
How has your faith played a role in your recovery?
So I was born and raised in the church my whole life. Every Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, I was in the church. Went to private school and all of that. I used to lead a church praise band and write music in the church. Now, like growing up in church like that, that's not the reason I believe in God. I believe in God just for supernatural things that I have went through that just, say that this is what it is. But it took me years of like backsliding in my faith once I found out, a little bit more of reality of the real world and stuff from being sheltered as growing up. And years later, after changing my life, after going through such a destructive lifestyle and then figuring out that's not what I was supposed to be doing, I dove back into my faith on top of many other things to help me get my life back on path. And God has just taken me so much further than I could have ever imagined.
How has walking these distances and seeing these parts of America helped your mental health?
So for me, I'm kind of like, I'm living a dream because, it's not a vacation because it's a lot of hard work with what I do, but at the same time, like, I get to see a lot of the stuff that people see when they're on vacation. I get to see all these beautiful sights. With my recovery, they say like 20 minutes into exercise, a good steady pace and stuff like that, you start to release the endorphins and stuff in your brain that come with, the feeling of getting high or whatever, so to say. So with me exercising so much, I'm getting that feeling of always feeling good on top of I'm seeing beautiful sights all the time. So if you were to look it up, it's scientifically proven that nature and exercise both play a positive role with mental health. A good positive mental health plays a huge role in recovery.
Could you share some of your experiences walking down the Pacific Northwest? What's been your favorite town to pass through so far?
Absolutely. So I have already walked all the way coast to coast across Florida from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. So I've been in the PNW for a little while now. I put my feet in the Pacific Ocean in Long Beach, Washington. Then I walked up to Cape Flattery, which is the most northwestern point, and then I just made it into California. So Washington and California, I was on the coastline. It was absolutely incredible. Every single town I went to, they made me feel like I was so special, and it was just so unreal, so indescribable and unfathomable, and just the best possible way between the sights and just seeing the good in people. I'm a firm believer that there's way more good in the world than bad, especially with just all the people I meet on a daily basis through all these towns. The rock formations coming out of the water in Oregon and Washington, absolutely insane. It's majestical. It's like being in a movie. It really is. I love it so much, and it's so good for my mental health. All the sights, just the breathing with all the greenery and the trees, and you just feel great about yourself all the time. And like, I have my rough days, but I'm 99% of the time I'm in a good mood, even on the bad days, and it's because it's so great. So I will say my favorite place on the entire journey would have to be Nia Bay, where Cape Flattery, Washington is, and that is the most northwestern point of the United States. It's a tribal land. It's the McCall tribe, and when I went through there, they treated me like I was part of the tribe. It was really spiritual. Like, it was an amazing experience. I couldn't top it. It was crazy. Yeah.
What do you hope to experience in California?
Just to spread more light and positivity. I push a cart when I'm walking on the side of the road, and it has a big sign that says "You Matter." Of course, I want to see more amazing sights, but I'm out here for mental health awareness and recovery. There's too many people losing their lives daily to drug overdose and suicide, and as somebody that, in the last 16 years, I have tried to take my life twice. I have overdosed numerous times. I have been in county jail 11 times, in prison twice. I'm a firm believer that there's always hope and that my past doesn't define me, and I want to share that message with as many people as I can, whether individually or just through social media or however it gets reached to them. I just want people to know that you matter and that we do recover, because it's such a big thing, and you never know what anybody's going through. There's so many people that feel hopeless or just feel like nobody cares anymore, and I want to let people know that at least I care. I care,
So, taking from your experiences, what are steps the youth could take to overcome and recover from addiction?
A lot of it boils down with mental health. And it's having good positive role models and things like that, people to explain what this stuff is doing to people. As of right now, all street drugs are being laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl is dropping people left and right. It's 70 to 80% of all drug overdoses, meaning if fentanyl wasn't around, more than 60 to 70% of the people that are losing their lives to overdoses would still be here every year, and that's more than half. And it's just so crazy, and it's not nothing to play with. There's so much better in the world. Yes, things are rough. Yes, people have the things with daily life, that stress. You don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, we have a choice to go out there and live our lives how we want to live our lives. Some people might have physical disabilities or things like that might keep them from doing that. But you know what? Some of those people need other people to go out there and live positively so they can live vicariously through them. Because you know what? I've had plenty of people tell me that they live vicariously through my journey. And it's not to brag or anything, but the fact that I can bring out what I'm doing and other people get to experience. They might not to be in person in the Redwoods and stuff, but they get to see all the pictures, and I document and all the people that I meet. And it's really uplifting for a lot of people. And the youth right now, it's so vital because y'all are the future. And right now the world's just going down so fast. There's so many people that don't care, and y'all have to know that it's okay to care. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to talk about what you got going on. Some people are not going to understand, but even when they don't understand, instead of hating on each other, even if they're hating on you, lift them up with love, because you never know what they're going through to make them act the way that they are. Bullying, there's absolutely no reason for bullying. There's too many kids in elementary school. These kids haven't even lived life, haven't even experienced life yet, haven't even got to learn actual knowledge in their education other than to learn how to read and write and stuff, not much further than that. And it's like these kids are taking their lives and they don't even know what depression means. We got to lift each other up, because at the end of the day, it's kids, it's grandmothers, it's grandfathers, it's fathers, it's sisters, it's brothers, it's mothers, it's all of it. Depression and addiction doesn't discriminate on age, race, social status, or anything like that. It's in wealthy communities and the poorest communities. It's it's everywhere. Black, white, Asian, whatever. It's in all different types of communities. You'll never not find it. Correctional facilities, it's easier to get drugs in prison than it is on the streets. And it's heartbreaking how it is. So we just gotta be positive to each other and lift each other up. And there ain't no reason to put each other down, especially because you don't know what anybody's going through in their mind at any given time.
What advice would you give to youth who feel stuck where they live and are trying to get out of addiction?
Just live your life. Just living your life to the fullest. I'll put it like this. If you don't want to get out of it, you're not going to get out of it. If you want to, you will. If you're involved in the addiction, you can talk all you want, but you might just talk because you like the idea of wanting to get right, but unless you want to get right, you're not going to get right, and you'll take the steps that you have to. Don't matter where you're at. You know what, a support system's great, but they can't get you right. So I've met people at 12 years old, their mom was the first person to put their needle in their arm with heroin. Both of their parents were drug addicts. Both of their parents died of a drug overdose, and they have had overdoses, and they should have been dead. They had no money, didn't have no reason to get clean, but other than they just wanted to and got clean with no help whatsoever. Then I've met the people that have had millions of dollars, all the resources, all the family, all the people that cared in the world, and ended up dead because they didn't want to get right. It don't matter how much support system that you got, unless you want to get right, you're not going to get right, and that's just reality. So anything that you're saying because you don't want to get right, oh, I don't got this, oh, I don't got that, you're just making excuses, and there ain't no need for it because people are dying and it's not a game. I guess that's the best way I could say it.
Where are you going next? And where can people follow your journey?
So I will say, I have a cool journey. I get a lot of awesome opportunities, but at the end of the day, this journey is not easy. Just like anything else is a challenge. Just like anybody living a dream, it's a challenge. If you go look it up, one of the hardest jobs I have out there is one of the biggest dreams that everybody have, and that's being a rock star. The pressure that those guys are under, all the traveling and all the recording sessions and all the practices and everything that those guys really have to do, they might have a lot of money, and you might want to be a rock star because you think it comes with this, that, and the other. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of hate that comes to all those people all the time. And it's this journey, I'm not doing everything that all those people are doing. I live pretty free for the most part, but it's still challenging. I get blisters on my feet. I'm not just getting rides. I'm not just talking about walking across America. I'm walking all these steps, miles. I put in elevation. Today alone, I did 8 miles and 1,300 feet in elevation, climbing, pushing over 50 pounds in a cart. It gets challenging. I've been in the pouring down rain. I've been in the snow. I've been in all kinds of weather, but to keep going, to have self-motivation, to have drive, to have purpose in life, it's such an amazing feeling. Pushing past all the obstacles, through all the hard things in life, I've learned that you got to take the mindset from why is this happening to me when things aren't going our way to, okay, this is happening, how am I supposed to learn from this? How can I take this and apply it to my life and become a better and stronger person? Even the hardest of things, because they're all lessons to be learned. If I can keep from the positivity that I try to spread, I'm not perfect. I know there's nothing I can do to change anybody's lifestyle and mindset, but if I can share my story of addiction, depression, and a life of crime and encourage somebody or inspire somebody enough to want to change their life, my goal is if I can keep one person from putting a gun to their head and pulling the trigger, or putting a needle in their arm not knowing that they'll never wake up again, then I did my job. Of course, the more people saved, the better, and that's why I ask people to help me share the journey, which you can follow me on Facebook at A Walking Testimony. If you don't have Facebook, but you're on Instagram or YouTube, you can find me at A_walking_testimony. It's the same handle for both of those. Or if you just Google Walking Across America, A Walking Testimony, a lot of my stuff will pop up as well. Over 14 states walked, over 4,278 miles walked across America for mental health awareness and recovery, to let you know that you matter and we do recover.
By now, Kendall is making his way through California, with a ways to go until he reaches the other 3 corners of America. If you see him walking with his cart that holds another sign saying, "Walking Across America," give him a honk of encouragement. Having been 59 months drug-free, over 4,000 miles walked, and 30,000 and counting followers on Facebook, he is truly making his message known, that you matter and we do recover. Thank you so much, Kendall, for stopping to talk with me while you were in Crescent City. Safe travels, have fun, and God bless. For Redwood Voice, I'm Monique Camarena.